my wigs are going to fly off my head, or my wigs are so uncomfortable, I can't stand to wear them for more than an hour at a time, or they feel like they're slipping up on the back of my head. These are 3 things I hear every day from my wig sisters, either via email or message on Instagram or Facebook, or even in the comments. Today I'd like to talk with you about some of the options for securing your wig. So even if it's still uncomfortable, which it can be in the very beginning, you can be assured and you can feel very confident and secure that your wig is not going anywhere. My name is Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook. I have covered this topic in previous videos, but it's been a few years since I made a video talking about securing your wig, and I do get this question all the time. So I thought I would update the video, share with you some of the things I use to secure my wigs, and some of the tips that I've gotten from our wig sisters. The first thing I want to say, and I'm not going to cover this in this video, but measuring your head is going to be critical because you really do need to make sure that you're getting a wig that fits you relatively well. I have a video in my new wig wearer series where I talk about wig fit. I show you how to measure your head, and I also have a companion blog post where I have a chart of all the major name brands and how they tend to run. One of the challenges is just because a wig says that it's average cap size doesn't mean that it fits the same in one brand versus another. I think we're all used to that when it comes to things like shoes or jeans, especially jeans. But when we come to wigs, some of the things that make sense, maybe we don't like it, but at least it makes sense in other areas, we have trouble making that connection with wigs, but it does work that way with wigs as well. So tip number 1, make sure that you're getting a wig that should fit you. It may be a little tight or a little loose, but if you have basically average head measurements, then an average or medium size cap should fit you. So let's say you've done that and the wig, maybe it fits you okay, not great, but you can wear it. Being fearful that it's going to fly off your head is a real thing, and it can really detract from your joy in wearing wigs. There's so many things that are hard when it comes to wig wearing. Making sure that it stays on your head shouldn't be. So when I first started wearing wigs, I used 𝑖tStays. Trying to find where I put it. I used 𝑖tStays. 𝑖tStays is a roll-on adhesive, and it's medical grade. It shouldn't irritate your skin. It was actually made for medical patients. I think it was actually first created to keep support hose up. But it works great for adhering the front of your wig. And I would just take the 𝑖tStays, I would roll it on my hairline, right where the lace would sit, and then I would put the wig over that, get it in place. It doesn't dry right away, so you have time to adjust your wig. I didn't just put it on. And then I would press it down, and I would let it dry. That secured my wig well enough for me for everyday wear. A drawback of 𝑖tStays is it is extremely water soluble. It's what makes it so attractive to me because it's so easy to remove with a wet washcloth and it doesn't leave residue behind. For the most part. I have a video showing exactly how I use 𝑖tStays. So one option is to adhere your wig so that you know that it's not going anywhere on your head. If 𝑖tStays isn't something that you like, there's so many other options. Got to be spray in the yellow can. It's basically a hairspray, but it's a super stronghold hairspray. You can spray that on your hairline. You can adhere your wig that way. Ebon spray, it comes in a black can. This is the red can. I really like this stuff. My favorite current adhesive is Lace Stick by Wig Guru. This is my favorite at this time. What I love about it is it's got this little applicator. It is water soluble, but not as water soluble as the 𝑖tStays. So you can still remove it with a wet washcloth. It just takes a little bit more effort, so it holds a little bit better if you get sweaty. I find 𝑖tStays will re-adhere itself when I get sweaty and then when I cool off. So adhering your wig is an option which will give you some peace of mind that your wig isn't going to go anywhere. But I've gotten to the point where I don't really want to adhere my wigs every day, and I used to wear them for 10 to 12 hours at a time. Now that I work from home, I don't always wear a wig when I'm working during the day, so I do like to be able to put it on and take it off with ease. So another option would be a wig grip. So when I first started wearing wigs, it was all so expensive, and I was buying so many things that I would look for the cheapest option in things. And so I had purchased some just super cheap, no brand Amazon wig grips, and they just didn't feel like they held my wigs very well. I just didn't like them. So I assumed all wig grips are the same and that I guess wig grips aren't for me. So for 3 years, I didn't wear wig grips. I just adhered my wigs with It Stays every single time I wore a wig. Well, about 3 years into my journey, I heard from let me look for the name here. I heard from the owner of the hair grip, and she asked if she could send me one of her wig grips to try. And, you know, I'll review everything. So I said, absolutely, I'd love to share this as an option. I mean, if it works, for sure. So she sent me the wig grip. I don't have a wig grip on right now. And I have a freshly buzzed head. I rebuzzed it last night. It was getting too long. For those of you that don't know, I buzz my hair. I have a whole series of videos on buzzing. I agonized about it for a long time before I did it. And then I made videos sharing the pros and cons of buzzing your hair, because there are pros and cons. So if you're in that place, I'll make sure that series is linked below. It has been so helpful to so many because people don't really talk about it. And they certainly don't talk about the pros and cons. So anyway, the hair grip. She sent me the hair grip, and now this is what I wear. Almost any time I wear a wig, depending on how the wig fits me, I wear the hair grip. It works so perfectly. It stays on my head. It keeps the wig on through everything. I think I would ride a roller coaster with the wig grip, with the hair grip on, because it works so incredibly well. It comes in all sorts of colors, and she also has one that doesn't have the lace. So this lace is great if you have like a mono top wig or a mono part. You place the lace where that part space is, and then you don't see like the cap transition. But if you're wearing a basic cap wig, or if you don't mind, she also has one like this that doesn't have the lace. I just love and it also comes in sizes. I love it so much. There are also a few other great options out there, because we're not all the same, and it does take a little trial and error. Just because I love the hair grip doesn't mean that you will. So it is important to maybe experiment. I'll link everything I'm showing you in the description. I do have a coupon code for the hair grip, which will save you 20%. I don't get a kickback. She just was great to send that to me, or give that to me. The Wig Guru has a grip. Now, she also has my favorite adhesive, but she has a wig grip, and this one has Velcro. She calls it hair Velcro on the underside. So if you really struggle with wig grip staying on your head, you could try this one. That Velcro really holds it in place. For those with sensitive scalps, you may or may not like it. It took me a while to get used to it, and if I don't wear this all the time, I have to get reused to it, and I have a very, very sensitive scalp. There also is silicone here, and she has this skinny strap in the back that's adjustable, because sometimes a full wig grip is just too much on your head, and if the wig is already a little tight on you, it's going to make it even tighter. So having this could be really helpful. She did just come out with a wig grip that doesn't have Velcro. I haven't reviewed that one yet, but I will soon. Another option is a full silicone wig grip. This one is by the Wig Fix, and it comes in multiple colors. It has these little nubs on it that can press into your head. And again, it really holds in place. This actually doesn't go anywhere once I put it on. I have a review of it where I do talk about kind of the pros and cons of this, and so I will make sure that's linked below. Again, I've talked to women who will only wear this wig grip. A silicone wig grip is the way to go for them, and for others it doesn't work. So just giving you all the options. Milano has what's called a grip, is it called the grip top? I'm forgetting the name of it. I'll make sure it's linked below. And it just has a little bit of a wig grip on top, and it has a little band in the back. I think this top grip, I think this is made mainly for toppers, but I know women who wear it with wigs because they don't want all that material all around their head. They just want it in one little area. So another option that could work for you. And finally, and there's so many more out there, these are just a few that I've grabbed, but I have reviewed others as well. I wanted to talk about the Milano grip cap. So for those who get really irritated by the lace on a wig, or by the wefting on a wig, or maybe your head is really small and you struggle with wigs fitting you, or you have a ton of hair that you have to tuck up underneath the wig and you struggle with that, then this could be a great option. It has the lace for the part, it has a lace front, which you don't really need, but a good thing about that is if you push it back far enough, this thickness right here is further back, and so your lace has a better chance of laying flat. But it covers your whole head. This is made out of a soft bamboo, so it can protect you from any piece of a wig cap that may be uncomfortable for you. And then all you do is put your wig on right over it and get it into place. Sometimes you have to shift that wig grip just a little bit to make sure it's in the right spot, but now I am good to go. And my wig is not going anywhere. Now, the wig I'm wearing is 𝘠𝘠𝘠 Carey, the fully hand-tied cap version. This wig is pretty big on me. I get a lot of extra cap up here, and it can be a little bit uncomfortable on me because it is big. So wearing this grip cap really helps. I don't feel like this cap is too big on me anymore, and it's gonna hold it really secure. The downside, I've added another layer to my head, so if you run hot, this may not be the right solution for summertime wig wearing, because again, now you've covered your head with 2 layers, but I wanted to share something that could really help if you're struggling. In addition, a big challenge that a lot of women have is their wigs riding up in the back. If you have a flat occipital bone, now the occipital bone is kind of that, you know, the indent on the back of your head right there. Some women don't really have a prominent occipital bone. When I first started wearing wigs, I thought I didn't either because I had so much trouble with the sensation of wigs riding up the back. I don't feel that anymore. So for me, and I think potentially for many, it's a sensation that goes away somewhat once we get used to wearing wigs. If the wig is too small on you, that can also cause that problem. And I used to tighten the adjusters on my wigs super far, further than my head size needed, because I thought the tighter, the more secure. It's actually the opposite. So if you're struggling with the feeling of wigs riding up on the back of your head, here's what I want you to do. First of all, I want you to give it a little bit of time and see if that dissipates. Secondly, if you're tightening your wig a lot, loosen it some. Just give your head a little bit of space and see if maybe that tightness is what's causing it to ride up. And a wig grip is a great solution for that because it can help hold the wig at the bottom. If you feel that the wig grip is also riding up, and I do hear this, then one thing that you could try, using a really strong hold hairspray. If you want to spray at the back here, I would use multiple coats because when you move your head around, it can make it really hard to adhere anything on your neck. When I first started wearing wigs, I tried to adhere my wigs on my neck back here, thinking that would help, and I could never get them to stick. Now, partly because I wasn't using a super strong adhesive. There are like adhesives that need adhesive remover. If you wanted to wear a wig for many days, or you know, all day swimming or something, and you were nervous about a wig grip, you could use like a bold hold type of adhesive that needs an adhesive remover, and that may work, but it takes a long time for the adhesive to dry enough. But in this case, you could take, I would do like, I'd spray a coat here, I'd let it dry for 4 or 5 minutes, then I'd spray another, maybe not that long, 2 minutes, I'd spray another coat. I'd want to get a couple of coats on there. And when it starts to get almost dry, then I would take my wig grip and I would put my wig grip on where it needs to be, and I would make sure that where I sprayed, that wig grip is sitting there. And then I would give it time to dry. This is why I think you need multiple coats. You really need it to be very tacky, and then let that wig grip dry, and then put your wig on, and that should help hold it in place. Another option would be to, if you have bio hair, you can, you could even like sew a comb on the inside of your wig grip, or if you're not wearing a wig grip, you could sew a comb on the inside of your cap. I'm just trying to see if I have a wig up here that has a comb, like right at the nape. This one might, let me see. Yep, this one has one. So you can sew a comb into your wig, and then you can put your hair in a low baby pony, and you can tuck that comb into the ponytail. Even if you still have the sensation that it's riding up, you know that it can't go anywhere because that ponytail is there to stop it. So just a few suggestions for my wig sisters who are struggling, possibly with a flat occipital bone or just not used to wigs and the sensation of them riding up. I've gotten a lot of great tips from our wig sisters who struggle with the flat occipital bone issue, and I made sure to put a bulleted list in the bottom of that blog post I already talked about, where I have the chart of the major name brands and how they fit. So down below I will link that blog post. If you want to see the ideas for a flat occipital bone, scroll down toward the end of that post. When it comes to budget friendly and human hair wigs, sizes all across the board. It's just so hard to know if a wig will fit you or not. So while you're still learning, I would make sure that there is a return policy, or if you can, reach out to the seller, talk with them about how the wig fits, maybe give them your measurements, because a lot of it you just can't know until you try. I think I covered it all. Below are going to be tons of resources, links to my reviews of lace stick, of the hair grip, of ebon spray, of, all of these things I talked about. I'll link the review so you can really dig deep if there's something you want to know more about. And at the end of the day, it's a learning curve, and it will take time for you to be comfortable and to get used to wearing wigs. Give yourself time, give yourself that grace, and know that it is hard in the beginning, that there's nothing wrong with you. It is hard in the beginning, and you have to learn a whole new thing. And I always say, if you come to wigs due to hair loss, we typically come to them kicking and screaming. This isn't our first choice. If we could grow our hair back, we would. And most of us have spent thousands of dollars trying to do just that. So please don't feel defeated if it's hard in the beginning. That's why I make these videos. That's why I do phone and video consults, because I do understand. I was there too. Trust me, I really was there. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this helped. Let me know if you have questions or if there's something I didn't cover. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.
Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.